Okay, good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Business Spotlight. Very excited today. I'm sitting here with Chris Murphy from The Hallway. Welcome, Chris.
Hi, Stephen. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, very good to have you. So tell us a bit about the business. What does it do? Who's the customers you serve and why are you unique?
Sure. So I'm from The Hallway and we are one of Australia's oldest advertising agencies in... Sorry, Steve. Tripped over my own words. Geez. I'll just start again.
Yep.
Do you want to answer the question again or do you want to...
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah,
thanks for being here, Chris. Tell us about The Hallway, what you do, who you serve and why you're unique.
Sure. So sorry, I was going to start again. I should know this given I run a podcast for 2 years and I keep screwing up as the interviewee now. All right, mate. I'll just I'll give you a 2-second pause and I'll just answer it and then they can cut it from there. Sure. So with The Hallway, we're one of Australia's longest standing independent agencies and we work with clients such as Binge, ANZ Bank and Google.
Fantastic. And I understand that in your role, you're the general manager.
Correct.
And it's a recent appointment. How long have you been doing that?
It's a recent appointment. I'd say within the last 12 months, it's kind of been a natural sort of progression of things, and it definitely has been a big learning curve for me. So it has definitely been something I've been growing into a lot and learning a lot from. But yeah, really thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah, fantastic. And if I can zoom in on that learning curve, what have been some of the things you've had to upskill on making the leap to head of business?
Totally. I think it comes under one big theme of working in a business versus working on a business.
Nice.
And I think sometimes it's hard when you're in the weeds so much and you care about the detail and the actual output of the work that you sometimes need to take a step back and go, is that really where we want to be going as a business? Do we want to keep doing the same things that we're normally doing? And it's been really great just to gradually, whilst I've been in the role, just kind of step back and go, okay, actually, I can see where things are going now. Having the right support network around me as well to make sure that we're making those informed decisions day by day to help us month by month, which then hopefully ladders into a yearly progression year on year.
Yep, nice. And is there any particular focus of your self-education, reading books, podcasts?
Massively, yeah. I'm a huge nerd for all sort of self-growth and development and what have you. So, in the last year, I've just completed the Marketing Academy. So that's where it's basically the top 30 marketers and agency leaders get put into this program, which is fantastic. And anyone listening or watching wants to give it a go, I would highly recommend giving it a go. But within that, I had a series of mentors who have effectively been there and done that. So I've spent a lot of my time bouncing off, I guess, my experiences and what have you, and getting their feedback back and bringing that into the business, as well as just reading up on books, listening to podcasts, and just doing whatever I can do to show up a bit better each day.
Yeah, fantastic. So how big's the team that you're managing?
So at the moment, our team is anywhere between 35 to 40 people. We do have a series of freelancers coming in for certain jobs and what have you, but that's kind of where we're at. We're growing week on week. So please do have a look at our website because we do have quite a few vacancies on there at the moment.
Nice. I know. Yeah, recruiting is a big challenge. So how would you describe with that? It's a pretty sizable team. How would you describe your leadership style?
This sounds so cliche, but I would say genuinely collaborative. I really do care about what people actually care about within their role, but obviously it's my role to make sure that we hit that North Star. And when I say North Star, let's be honest, let's talk about the commercials. So it's really about taking those day-to-day requirements of each team leader and going, right, well, that's all well and good, but do these actually help us step the path forward to help us achieve that commercial goal, as well as our creative goals, right? We're a creative business. We want to win awards. We want to do cool work that, friends, mums talk about at family barbecues. So really for us, that is the goal. And for me personally, it's really kind of going, right, well, how do we take each of these things and build it towards the vision that we want to execute upon?
Yeah, nice. So collaborative style. And what would you find is the most challenging thing about leading that many people?
Time is your enemy. And as nice as it is to have your one-on-ones and what have you, you can't have a one-on-one with everyone because you get no work done. Equally to that as well, it's again going back to working in versus on the business. There are times where you do have to step into things and help move things along and feedback and what have you. But really, the overall theme is time is your enemy. So really, it's about saying every day, what are the absolute must-dos to get done each day, and then everything else is just an added bonus from there.
Yeah, nice. And if we look to the future, what trends are you noticing in your industry, advertising and marketing, that you see on the horizon that could be both an opportunity or a threat?
Totally. I think it's let's talk about the elephant in the room in terms of AI and specifically AI within the creative industry, right? In terms of you've got ChatGPT basically writing long form copy for people. You see marketing bloggers and small business owners showing you how they effectively outsource their jobs to AI platforms. And I think for us, really, those companies that don't embrace the change will fail. And I think for us, it's really about navigating that sweet spot between maintaining and honing the craft that we can only truly own as human beings, but then also using AI to actually create efficiencies in what we need to do. So where we've seen the bigger success is in high volume work. So in high volume work with tight deadlines, then AI is definitely our friend. We always have a hypothesis of what we think it should be and how we can craft it. So really for us, we're kind of going, right, well, let's say if we can get the job half done by AI and then craft it with human beings, then, you know, for us as a business, we're saving time, and we're a service-based business who, you know, on some occasions bill on time. So for us, really, it is a double-edged sword in terms of it being an opportunity as well as a challenge, but one that we have open arms to.
Yeah, nice. And what would you say to you know, the business owners out there that are you know, do I talk to a marketing agency, or can I do this myself with AI? What's the because that is a thought out there. I hear that a lot. What are your thoughts on that?
I would say that the best approach to look at it, if you're really struggling, is just calculating your opportunity cost. And really, you kind of go, what, again, going back to time is your enemy, that doesn't apply to Chris Murphy and his team at the Hallway, that applies to everybody. And I think really you've got to weigh up and just go, can I work with a partner and genuinely empower them to do what they need to do to help me deliver the outcomes? Or actually, do I belong in such a niche category that requires a lot of time anyway for someone to get their head around it? And would it be better just to hire someone full-time to employ them to get them to do that? And really, you know, I implore a lot of our clients to really think about that in not just our clients, but our other business owners, other agency owners, to go, you know, with all these new and emerging things coming up, really thinking hard around, you know, what's the industry going to look like in 6 months' time, 12 months' time? What is it going to look like if a recession, when a recession comes? Then how do we recession proof ourselves as well moving forward?
Yeah, that's a good insight. Is that are they willing to put in the work to actually learn how to get the most out of AI? And I think that the goal will move further and further away as it gets more advanced. Yeah, those that can operate it and those that can't.
Yeah, and you look at companies like Canva, who are effectively democratizing the use of creative AI, which is fantastic. A lot of the stuff that they are providing on there is super, super sophisticated. We've seen the release of Bard from Google as well, and it is really fascinating. And a lot of these big tech companies are making it more accessible for us to, I guess, have a look at it and experiment with it and play with it, and just encourage everyone to do it, because, you know, everyone laughed at the internet when it first came around. I think this is kind of almost that second coming in a way for us. So, you know, I don't truly believe it will really take over people's jobs, but I do feel like if honed and integrated into your company in the right way, it can help tremendously.
Yeah, nice advice. Okay, so you've got a big team, mature business, general manager. What keeps you up at night?
Oh, what keeps me up at night? That is a good one, Stephen. I think really it goes back to, at the end of the day, we're a people-based business.
Mm-hmm.
We do not survive without our people, first and foremost. So really, it's just about making sure that we have that psychological safety running through the agency, given we have all these macro trends of the economy and all this sort of doom and gloom that the media paints out to be. So really, it's about, here our big focus is about looking after each other. We have one of our values is in it together.
Mm-hmm.
And we do really try and imbue that every day as a leadership team to make sure that our people feel looked after, because if our people feel looked after, they'll look after our clients, and everything will just reciprocally happen from there. That's the plan anyway, Stephen.
Excellent. So follow-on question. I guess it's a binary choice. It is definitely a coach's question. If I could click my fingers and solve your number one challenge, would it be more customers through the door, or a bigger, better, higher performing team?
I would say the latter, purely because if you have that, that's normally, I would say that's actually symptomatic of getting more customers, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Like if you have a high performing team, you inherently will be able to going from that thing of what I said earlier in terms of working in a business versus on a business. If you've got that absolutely firing, then you can focus more on working on the business, feeding the machine, so to speak, and outputting more, or hopefully great work.
Excellent. So if we turn our sights to Hawaii in the future, what are you excited about? What's on the horizon that's big and exciting for you?
Oh, where do we start? I think for us is really about building our capabilities. So as I mentioned, around AI, around MarTech, and other verticals like that, where we know we have the creativity and the brand strategy in-house to do what we need to do. But really, it's around honing in on some of these other areas of opportunity for us that we've been capitalizing on with our other clients. And that really excites me, because I generally don't think there are many creative shops out here that can take let's call it a creative brand strategy right the way through to their messaging, from everything from your big telly ad at top of funnel right the way to the bottom of the EDM that you receive when you sign up to that said product. And I think for us, we have a body of work that genuinely does that. And yeah, just looking forward to just doing more and more of that with more clients, hopefully in the near future.
Excellent. And for those people watching, when you say more clients, what are the characteristics of your ideal client? Who are they?
Characteristics of our ideal client. Well, first and foremost, a client that is based in Australia, that actually has the destiny and can control the destiny of their own business here locally. I think there's, I would say that's a super important thing for us, because we generally like to work collaboratively, and being able to work hand in glove with our clients on a, let's call it an inverted local level, and make those decisions suitable and fit for this market are super, super important to us.
Mm-hmm.
And number two, really, it's ambition. We're very selective about who we work with here at the Hallway, and we only want to work with clients that actually want to make a dent in the industry down here. And it's really been fantastic to have the client base that we have, and to help push the needle forward for their business and for us.
Nice, fantastic. So if that piques anyone's interest, I've got Chris's contact details in the show notes, so please reach out. Chris, thank you for sharing your insights. AI isn't as scary as some might think, and awesome to hear about your management style with such a large team. So thank you for your time today.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
Excellent. All right, I will.